Okay, so the Claude code, the Claude source code was leaked, and this is the repo that has that code in it. I'm sure there are a bunch of them. This is one of them. So, yeah, this is where we can look at what all's in it. Um, okay, so there's almost no way that we're going to fully understand the 520,000 lines of code that were released. Maybe we can get some idea about what goes on in the system. Um, so this is the main file. In the actual Claude system, this is named Claude. So this is like the main file. Everything is in TypeScript, which I don't know too much about, but it's a code language. So, um, yeah, like code languages are that means something. Gives you a reasonable idea about what goes on. Okay, so yeah, there's like this assistant that has session history, this bootstrap that contains a state file. A lot goes on in this bridge folder. Inside the buddy folder, this is some sort of a companion that you can prompt. Command line. Some more folders in here. Specific commands that you can run. Branch, Chrome, copy, fast, good Claude. Wonder what this is. Is there like a bad Claude? Rename, rewind, tag, status. Here you can run Vim. Okay. Components. Yeah, there will probably be a lot in here. Highlighted code, custom select, some hints. Memory. This is supposed to be one of the. Maybe it's not this folder specifically, but one of the major components of Claude that was intellectual property was their memory management system. Teleport error. It sort of makes you realize how there's this huge code leak and there's like all this buzz around it, but you really have to do a lot on your end to understand what everything is in here. Like the leak makes it possible for you to understand this, but there are 520,000 lines of code in this repository, so that will take your time and effort to understand. CLI, commands, components, constants. OAuth. Okay, so this is probably some files that, yeah, like keys, the OAuth stuff, some files that get saved. Okay, context. Queued message, notifications, stats, voice. This is probably related to how Claude talks to you. And I wonder what. So we have some React, idle recording, processing. Children. Use a certain voice. Okay. Coordinator mode, entry points, probably related to some API. Developing with Claude. Hooks. Can use tool. Chrome extension. Using the terminal. Ink. Key bindings. Memory directory. What will likely be good to look at? Query. Token budget. Config. Maybe config. Streaming tool. Yeah, nothing super crazy in that. Schema screen server. Services. Skills. State. Maybe let's look at skills. Skill builders. It's a dependency graph leaf. Imports nothing but types. Okay. The non-literal dynamic import approach fails at runtime. Load skills directory transitively reaches almost everything. Single new edge fans out into many new cycle violations in the diff check. Okay. I want to know what exactly Claude is doing with skills. It reads like Claude is learning skills. Hooks. Skill paths. Effort. Skill has invalid effort. So Claude's like doing some sort of economics, like the skill that it's learned has a cost associated with it. So much processing power. or time that it will take up. Skill name, description, when to use, it knows when to use its skills, the version of the skill. The agent, so maybe different agents know different skills. The effort, that's sort of cool. Then you know what to command. Like you'll have a skill and you'll know how to command it. Okay. State tasks. Let's look at state. Upstate. Earlier it said maybe this is processing. Actually, that was the voice state. Okay, well, maybe this is related to voice. Yeah, voice provider. So it's either processing, busy. I forget the other two, but one of them was processing. Tasks, tools. Dream task. Oh, this is like one of these background processes, the auto dream process, memory consolidation. So when you're doing nothing on Claude, this is probably where the states come into play. When you're doing nothing on Claude, when it's in like the neutral state, it sometimes triggers auto dream, which it runs this subprogram that consolidates memory and yeah, updates the context to make sure that it's exactly how it should be. Files touched, so you know what memory is being manipulated. Complete dream task, fail dream task, end the dream task. Yeah, that's sort of cool. Local agent task. So this probably is just you prompting the model. Yeah, progress message. Yeah, progress update. Yeah, the model's doing stuff for you. Local agent task. Give a name and a type. Can kill it. Did agent progress. Right, there's these tasks take time. Background agent task. So this is probably one of the triggers for running the dream task. Cool. Tools. Then voice. Did we already look at voice? Voice mode enabled. Positive ternary pattern is voice enabled. Check for voice mode. So this must be if Claude is talking to you with actual audio. Okay. Yeah, let's look at the main file. These side effects must run before all their imports. Yeah, so one of the caveats with this code base is it's impossible to run. This is like a specific, there are specific environment variables that need to be met in order to run this main file, and those were not revealed in this leak. So we can look at things and we can check the code architecture, but we can't just run Claude. So profile checkpoint, fires, subprocesses, so they run in parallel with the remaining imports. Start keychain prefetch. Otherwise reads them sequentially via sync spawn. Inside apply safe config environment variables. Okay, so some startup. These timings probably matter a lot for enterprise applications. The debug state. Prefetch. Load settings. Non-interactive. Get input prompt. Yeah, so this is like the main loop. Did the user intend to auto this session? Some user checks in here. Okay. Check for pending agent memory snapshot updates. Yeah, wow. Lots of lines of code in this. Auto mode. Oh, here we go. Line 2652. We're initializing the app state. Configs, dedup. Duplicate Claude AI connector. So there's something in the process causes duplication of Claude AI programs. It seems like Claude, when you run this, Claude runs on a server. Maybe multiple instances are loaded depending on certain conditions. Show interactive selector. Resume conversation. Wow. Claude update. This is likely, like the Windows update equivalent for Claude. Teammate. Okay. Well, that's it. This is a huge file. 4,683 lines. Cool. Well, that's everything that I'm going to go to. You're welcome to come look at the Claude code base yourself. Really, what this is seems to be an architectural reveal. Yeah. The architecture reveal for a version of Claude that has a really high hallucination rate. It's like 30% hallucination. So it's not even their best